What is it about vintage lenses that is so alluring? Like, with all the different lens manufacturers out there today and all of the different progress and innovations that are being done in modern lenses, why do I still find myself mostly reaching for an almost 50-year-old lens? We're going to explore that a little bit today by going through and reviewing the Canon FD 85mm f1.8 S.S.C. So when we say almost a 50-year-old lens, the Canon FD 85mm was released back in April of 1974. So that's, what, 48 years ago? Almost 50. We're rounding. Alright. What's so beautiful about this lens is it's incredibly sharp, very detailed, renders skin tones beautifully, has excellent contrast, and is honestly really great at handling chromatic aberration, color fringing, and different higher contrast scenes. A lot of vintage lenses usually fall apart in those kind of conditions, especially with a strong contrast backlit kind of scene. You start seeing a lot of color fringing, and while it was there and present, especially on the wider apertures, it was extremely mild, extremely controllable, extremely manageable. It has a huge focus throw, which is fantastic for video, for those fine adjustments, those little fine-tune adjustments when you're pulling video focus. So, very impressed with what this lens is capable of doing. Now, the thing I was most excited to do with this lens, 85mm is a very popular focal length for portraiture. So while we were on vacation in Maine, specifically in Booth Bay Harbor, Maine, we found some pretty cool, very pretty locations and kind of put together a lifestyle, fashion-esque photo shoot. I shot all of these shots between 1.8 and f4. And I also tested out the video functionality to see how it could perform in those scenarios for video as well. The main reason I shot in those particular apertures is I really wanted that beautiful separation from the subject. I really wanted the subject to really pop and to have that beautiful bokeh. So I mostly used this lens between f2 and f4. I did do a couple shots at f1.8, but very quickly discovered that it's very soft at 1.8. It's pretty hard to catch that focus, it's pretty hard to nail that focus, and it doesn't have the same kind of sharpness that you do just by stopping it down a little bit. So our first location for our shoot was this little pier that went off this footbridge that crossed the harbor. It was a beautiful day to do this. There's a lot of cloud coverage in the sky, which has created this really beautiful soft light that allowed us to do some very high-key images, some very kind of bright and airy images that just look absolutely gorgeous. For our second location, we found this really gorgeous park right off the water. We got here around sunset. It's definitely golden hour, and definitely took advantage of the warmer hues, the warmer tones, with this beautiful blue dress to really kind of create some visual drama. I will note the camera would not autofocus for some reason, so this entire clip is out of focus, and it's just, yeah. So what is it about vintage lenses that's so alluring to me? Well, cheaper than modern lenses, excellent image quality, great optics, good color contrast, sharp. Stop them down, they get sharper. They handle chromatic, or at least this one handles chromatic aberration very well. Like, honestly, it's a lot of lens for not a lot of money, and there's a lot of character and history to it. So honestly, that's why I tend to gravitate towards it, and that's why I'm enjoying it so much. It also does help, has a huge focus throw. It's great for video, great for stills. It's very useful for those manual focus pulls. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it was entertaining or educational, or you know the drill. I'm gonna put up a slideshow at the end of this with just a bunch of different photos that I shot with this in Maine. Lighthouses, just nature, scenery, portraits, that kind of stuff. So stick around, enjoy that. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a comment below, like the video, and subscribe if you don't. Really helps us out for our future content. Hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you in the next video. Peace out.